We know Jesus is God, right? And we know God has all wisdom. The Bible says with his wisdom he formed the frames of the world. So it's God's wisdom. Says it younger than it's God's wisdom, it's God's intelligence. But now someone who is supposed to be God is coming on earth, and the Bible says with he learned wisdom. Now if Jesus had to learn wisdom, being God, then Jesus, how much more? So wisdom is something not to be neglected. It's a very key thing in leadership. It's very key. It's very key in leadership. Who wants to be a leader here? Who wants to be a leader? Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it doesn't want to be a leader. You don't want to be a leader. Can I tell you bad news? We're all leaders.
Yeah.
But it depends on what you're leading. We're talking no, guys, the other day. As long as the dangerous thing is when you grow, not knowing you're growing. That's very dangerous. When you grow, whatever is happening in your life that you're not aware of, that it's happening in my life, it's very dangerous, deadly. Amen. If there are changes in your life and you're not aware that things are changing in your life, that's dangerous. Yeah. Because if they're changing in you, they're going to impact you, whether you accept them or not. But if there are bad changes, now you have to be able. It's like pride, not knowing that. Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine uchiswa iduza and you're not aware. No, I'm trying to imagine you want to poo, but you are not aware. Your system is not making you know that you want to. So anything that's a change in a human's life and the human is not aware of it, it's a mess. Even if it's a good thing, if you're not aware of it, because everything needs to be controlled. Everything needs to be controlled. So to say I don't want to be a leader, you're leading, and if you're not aware that you are leading, then you're leading very bad. Did you get it? This is what Paul says. Paul says we are epistles that are being read by everybody. Now imagine someone who's living life not knowing that there are people watching you. When you are living life, it's like you have a son that you're not aware of. Because it needs attention. So it's bad. It's bad to have a mentality thinking that we don't want to be leadership, to be leader. And leading is not positional, it's a basic stage of leadership, being in position. That people are controlling presidency who are not presidents. Was Gupta's president? Who was making the shots? Who was calling the shots? Gupta's. But they are not president. So leadership is very important and something that we have to be aware of. To be a leader, you have to be able to lead your board. You have to lead yourself first. So we are all leaders, but now we're refining that. I'm trying to say it in the best basic sense so that it can be inclusive of all of us. Utatu Morris Khadele said, he was talking about the need for leadership. What is a leader? Can I get an answer? What is a leader? What is a leader? No, this is not rocket science. It's a simple question. When we started on the hand, it's a simple question. What is a leader? Leader is someone who's leading others. Come on. We're trying to make this basic. What is the leader? Leader is someone who's leading others. And there's no leader without followers. So to be a leader, there should be people following you. We talked about the basic sense of being a leader. And we're trying to change the mentality of trying to avoid leadership, because the moment you try to avoid it, if you are living in a mentality trying to avoid leadership, then you subsequently you're avoiding responsibility. Because that's what leadership comes with. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Leadership comes, come on, there's nothing we can, leadership comes with responsibility. So if I ask you, do you want to be a leader, you say, no, I know what you're trying to say. So the people that didn't raise their hands and who didn't want, who really didn't want to be leaders, then there's a deeper question to ask yourself. Are you willing to be responsible? Do you get what I'm saying? It's not a matter of standing in front of people. It's not a matter of standing in front of people. It's about responsibility. I believe now we all gonna assess ourselves in this thing. All gonna assess ourselves with it. If I'm saying I'm running away from leadership, then essentially I'm running away from responsibility. And no one wants to be that person. Who wants to be someone without responsibility? Is there anyone in this room? I don't want to be that person. Who wants to be without responsibility? I search for responsibility. I go around looking for responsibility. I look for people to be responsible for. That's what I do for a living. I want to be responsible. Without responsibility, you can't have control. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't have control without responsibility. Control can be limited, it can vary. But if you're not responsible, you don't have it at all. If you're not responsible for yourself, you can't have control of yourself. So we can never ever get to a point where we just don't want to be leaders. I don't know who said this, but the guy said that there are three kinds of people in this world. There are people who make things happen, there are people who watch things happen, and there are people who wonder, what happened? There are people in this world who make things happen. There are people who watch things happening. And there are people when things have happened and say, yo, hey, what has happened? So in these three people, if you're saying you don't want to be a leader, obviously you're not the first category. You don't make things happen. So you are falling between the two. It's either you wonder when things have happened, or you just watch and you become a victim of results because you were never involved in the production, in the making, in the manufacturing of whatever decision or whatever outcome. You're never responsible, you didn't have control, and you're gonna suffer the consequences, and you become a victim of something that you could have escaped being a victim of, but you became a victim because you didn't want to lead, because you didn't want responsibility. Is leadership important? Is it important? Why is it important? Direction. Yeah. Kazi says direction. Powerful Kazi. Why is it important? Direction. Guidance on all these things. You know what the Bible says? The Bible says that people without a vision perish. It's where there is no vision, people perish. And leaders are vision bearers. Never. Doesn't mean we're all going to appear on TV or we're all going to lead amabandla. But you can have a vision for your family. What kind of kids I want to raise. Do you get what I'm saying? You can have a vision of, oh my God, of a business. Because the vision provides direction. That's what a vision does. It provides direction. Others says, the worst enemy of a vision is sight. What is before you limits you from having what you can see or what you can do in the future. That's why I invested in the old oil or the former fire can hinder you from experiencing the new fire or the new oil, whatever is new. Others says, people do not go deep because they wallow in the seashores. As long as you appreciate the seashore, you'll never go fishing. You can never go deep and catch fish because your eyes are still glued up and running. Modest Khadebe said, the rise and fall of organization hangs solely on leadership. Modest Khadebe is a multi-millionaire. I think he's a billionaire. He's a multi-millionaire, he's not a billionaire yet. He's a pastor, he's leading a church. With what we said with the need for leadership, Peter Drucker said there are three things that happen naturally in organizations: friction, confusion, underperformance. And everything else to happen needs leadership. This is a very powerful statement. This guy is saying there are three things that just happen in life. Confusion happens in life. You've never sought confusion. Friction happens. No one just wants to fight. Underperformance just happens. Those are the things that naturally can happen for themselves. But for anything else to happen, there's a need for leadership. So for order to happen, direction to happen, high performance to happen, that needs leadership. So when we're running away from leadership, what are we essentially inviting? Disorder, confusion, friction, strife, commotion, everything that is not good. We're inviting that when we refuse the responsibility to lead. So, what's the duty of a leader, if you can say? What is the duty of the leader? Provide direction. They say best leaders, they know the way, they go the way, and show others how to go the way. So that's what it's packed in leadership generally. It's really not a matter of sibeke pha kude. Someone said, in these days there's been an over